All right, so good morning. Thank you for coming to class. We are gonna play with triangle pose, and I know it's a pose we do all the time. But I was watching a video. There's a teacher out there named Jason Crandell. He's brilliant, and he talked about triangle in a way I've often known but never quite figured out how to explain. So we're gonna play with that. So you'll need your blocks, of course. You don't need them right away. And if you have a yoga strap that you can put into a big loop, go ahead and do that. If you don't, you can use just a regular strap without the loop. So that'll work as well. And have the strap near you um, so that you can grab it. Come on down to your backs, everybody. Whew. So I don't know if you just heard that big old sigh, but I love getting on the yoga mat. My body just immediately responds and goes, oh, okay, we're home now. So come onto your mat, start to let your body settle, feel your shoulders start to lengthen out to the sides of your mat. Notice where your lower back is. Maybe your feet are on the floor. And you can take the feet wider and draw the knees toward the center as long as that doesn't hurt. And allow the hands to rest on your belly, one lower and one higher. Elbows are soft to the floor. The back of your neck is long. Maybe you close the eyes. And start to feel your breath as it moves in and out. Breathing in and exhaling out. Good. Take it in and out. Few more here. And then release the hands, separate your knees. Draw your right knee to your chest, hold right underneath that knee, and straighten the left leg. So, just starting out, always in class, I love to start out easy, just stretching the body and feeling our limbs, our muscles start to elongate. So breathe here. The hands are behind your knee. I want you to press that knee away from you. Hold on to it, just creating a little bit of traction there. And then softly draw it back to your chest. Good. Press that knee away. And exhale, bring it toward chest. Last one. Press it away. And bring it in. And then take it, press it away, but not all the way, and straighten the right leg. Flex your foot, point, and flex. Do that a few times, warming up the ankle. Good, couple more right there. And then bend, straighten. Good, bend and straighten. One more, just like that. And straighten. Feel the hamstrings. I don't want you to overly press that leg up toward your nose. Try to keep a neutral spine. Just breathe here. And then bend the knee. Draw your left knee to your chest. Straighten the right leg. Take your hands behind the left knee. And just pause here for a moment. Notice how nice that right leg feels, by the way, just stretching the hamstring a little bit. And then push your left knee away from you. And as you exhale, drop back to chest. Good. Push. And bring it in. Last one, push it away and draw it in. And then move it away from chest a little bit, straighten that knee and bend it. And then straighten and hold, point, flex your feet. It's amazing how tight these ankles can get. Ooh, good. And then bend and straighten on purpose 3 times. Straightening it up, feeling the hamstrings open. Last one. And draw that knee to chest. Draw your other knee to chest. Both knees are in. Take your strap. If you have it in a loop, go ahead and take both legs or both feet in the strap. And even if you don't have it in a loop, it's not really necessary. But if you have it in a loop, you can let go of the strap and press the legs away from each other. So today we're going to be playing a bit with triangle pose and some ideas about triangle pose. And so this first one, of course, is when we think about the legs, right? We are roughly hip or roughly the distance apart that we need for triangle. We have the legs energized. One leg, say maybe your right leg, is pointing straight forward. That would be your back leg. Your left leg, take the toes and just kind of point them away from you and think of the pose itself. Don't turn the leg all the way. Don't worry about that. Kind of notice the hips. Don't worry about squaring the hips or anything. So just imagine moving into a likeness of how those legs would be in triangle pose. And then straighten both feet and do the same thing. The left foot stays where it is. The right toes just start to poke out toward the right. You're not going to go all the way, not where we are, not with the hips planted, but you're just getting a sense of back leg active, front leg reaching, and release. Good. The pinky side of those feet, press them into your strap, working with the outer hips here a little bit. Find your breath. And then if you have it in a loop, go ahead and grab your strap. And in either case, bring the feet together. So now they're both straight up. I want you to press those feet, pull the strap down, energizing those legs, and then turn the soles of the feet toward each other and just draw those heels down toward your glutes or down toward your, I guess, your glutes. Yeah. And just notice it doesn't have to be all the way down. It doesn't have to be anything. Just feel that. And then press the feet up. Take those legs up. Open the legs to a wide fold or a wide stance. Pull on the strap or just work it soles of the feet together, bringing the heels down toward the groin. Let's do that one more time. The feet start to reach up, the feet straighten, the legs go wide. Press against your strap and then pull the feet back together. Turn the soles of the feet and drop into a variation here of Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, the knees out to the sides. Notice your pose. And then you can release the strap if it's still there, set it aside, draw those knees together, roll the knees over to one side, and come on up, everybody. Ah, good. Shake those legs out. Feel free to sit up on a blanket or a pillow or whatever you have there. Take those feet nice and wide. And then you might have noticed I lifted my hips up. I pressed my sit bones back and then sat back down, right? So that we can work with that anterior pelvic tilt. And if that doesn't work for you genetically, right? Your hips just don't do that. Your pelvis doesn't do that. Sit up on a blanket, sit up on a block. It's okay. What we want to notice is just where the knees are And making sure we have no pain, no odd sensation through the knees. Your hands are just sitting in front of you. I want you to flex your feet and sit up really tall. Just find your breath here, right? So the legs are energized. We're working with this pose. Just take your right toes and turn them down toward the floor. Doesn't have to go far. I'm mirroring here. And straighten those up. Take your left toes, turn those down toward the floor. Take those up. Hands or no hands, slide the legs together, bend the knees, open into Baddha Konasana. Bring them back in, slide the legs back out, and go wide. Good, just two more like that. Slide them in, bring the knees in, open it up, finding a little baby Baddha Konasana. Take those knees together, straighten, open. Last one, bring them in, bend the knees. You don't have to go really deep here. We're just warming the hips. Bring the knees back together, straighten the legs. Take those legs out wide. Hands come back to the front. Roll the shoulders back. One, you're here. Two, you're just going to walk the hands a little bit forward. Some of you are built in a way. I have two of my friends who can just drop their chest right to the floor. That has never been me. I've never been able to do that. So honor your process. If you're sitting straight up and you feel a stretch through the inner thighs, that's far enough for you, right? You don't have to go any deeper. Deep breath in, deep breath out, just feeling that stretch. And come on up, everybody. Slide the legs together, bend the knees. Go ahead and lean back. And you're just going to take one knee out and back in. You're going, what's this got to do with triangle? And up. Good. One knee, other knee. Good. Listen up. Both knees. Little twist. Back to center. Both knees to the other side. Good. And just kind of walk through those hips a little bit. Yep. And breathe. Couple more. This should feel kind of good. At least it does to me. That's it. One more. Good. And come back to center. So we're going to come back down to the floor just for a second. I want to do one more thing. Come down, lay on your side, and bend your knees and breathe. If you are comfortable, I want you to straighten both legs and then open up the chest a little. No, don't open the chest. Change my mind. Take one leg up, the other leg down. Now, if this is not your cup of tea, the knees are bent and you're taking one knee up instead. Okay, so please don't overdo. Take the leg up, hold, plant the bottom leg, plant the top leg as if you could step on the ceiling and breathe. And then slow, 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 come down. One or two more. Just take it up, hold, feel yourself planted. Make sure your body's not curling. Make sure it's nice and straight. And slowly lower. One more, take it up, hold. Maybe the top arm reaches for your foot or your shin. Now, once you grab that shin or foot, I want you to lengthen your torso even more. Release and slowly lower. Bend your knees. Go to the other side. You're laying on your side. Your torso's nice and straight. Either the knees are bent to 90 degrees or they're straight. Flex your feet, ground that bottom leg, take the top one up. Hold. Slowly lower. This is work for the muscles, the hips. Take it up. Slowly lower. And last one, take it up, hold here, maybe grab that shin. And as you grab the shin, feel like your whole torso got a little bit longer. Breathe. Release. Slowly lower. Slowly lower. Bend your knees, everybody. Press yourself right back up. Good job. Almost done. Just find an easy seated pose. We're just going to stretch the side body. Take the arms up, one hand down, the other one over. Now, once again, I want you to think of triangle pose, right? So we can bend here pretty much and get a big stretch here. That is not triangle pose. Triangle pose is drawing the ribs in and feeling more integration here, more press here, so that both sides of the body are more equal. So just bend, don't go too far, and then pull in through the ribs, open the chest. Good. Take both arms up. Exhale, other side. We're just doing this. Breathe. Maybe take a nice bend in that side body. Just feel how good, right? Nice big stretch through the ribs. And then pull from the ribs, not the arm, but the ribs. It's like somebody put their hand here and just went, right? Draw it back in. Then allow yourself to stretch. And then pull in from the ribs. The arm will just rise. Push all the way up. Exhale and release. Good job. Roll all that out. All right, let's come to table pose. If you need a blanket, I don't have one down here with me, but if you need one, please put it underneath your knees. If you don't have enough cush, plant the hands. Now, for some of you, if hands are not an option, you can come down to your elbows. You know who you are. Press that right leg back and lift the leg. And find again, right? Triangle pose, back leg so solid. It's not soft, the knee's not soft. It's a good solid leg, but we're not hyperextending either. That's been my big thing lately. Take the left arm out, just a little warm up with your core. Breathe. Lower the left arm. Take the right leg across the body and look over your left shoulder. So once again, we're stretching the right side of our bodies. Release, take it up, drop that knee down, left leg goes up, lift up, tone through the belly. Optional, lift the right arm, balancing table. Deep breath. Lower that hand, step over your leg, and look back at it. Release, bring that knee back to the floor. Plant those hands again, flip the toes under, lift the knees, and downward facing dog. Pedal it out, find your breath, don't overdo it, watch your arm. Oh, good, and then step wide and walk those hands all the way back. Come on up, nice standing pose. Come up to the front of your mat, grab your blocks, and just hold on to one block, just for now. So something we say a lot, right? So we take that block between the legs, and I want you to squeeze the legs, whew, right? So we're drawing the inner thighs toward each other, getting everything activated. Maybe the inner thighs roll back just a little bit, but I want you to feel this sense, because something I say a lot in class that maybe we don't really think about. And then just release that. And then stand in mountain pose without the block and imagine squeezing the thighs toward each other. And release. And then take the feet wider and imagine squeezing the block, right? You can feel that when you pull the thighs in isometrically, you can feel that work. And then push out and feel the outer hip work. Good. Squeeze in, watch the knees, press out, and release. All right, so just keep that in your mind while we move on. So back to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your hands to your blocks. Soften the knees and step back with your right leg, coming into a high lunge. If you need to, you can always lower that knee, no worries. Your front knee is bent 90 degrees. This hip rolls forward so that the hips are level. Okay, why is that important? We'll talk about that in a minute. From here, simply straighten the front leg, but don't lock the knee. Feel the front hip roll back. Feel the back leg's hip roll forward. Maybe look at your front knee and go, oh, yeah, it's nice and straight ish, right? Pointing to the foot, no big deal. I want you to see if you can take one block, bend the front knee a little bit, take the block behind your calf muscle, and then press your calf muscle into the block. Right? What is that doing? It's keeping me from hyperextending the knee and it's giving me a purchase point. So feel the calf press into the block. Your torso is still forward. Breathe, right? And feel how powerful the front leg is. Now press into the back leg. Bend your knee, release that fully, and step forward. Bend both knees, come on up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees, step back with your left foot. Feel that front foot, knee to ankle, right? Everything's feeling good. The the back hip kind of rolls back a little bit. I want nice even pose. And then take one block between your shin. Now, not everybody can get this to work without that block popping out. So if you are like, what? Got it. Get the sense of what does it mean to plant this foot, ground the calf, lengthen the leg, and just breathe. Press into your back leg. Bend the front knee, step forward, shake it out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands down to your block. Step back, left leg, right leg is forward. Drop that back heel if you can. Still, the hips are forward. Think about a pyramid pose. This is a long one, but think about pyramid pose. Lengthen your spine, bend your front knee, but keep the back foot grounded. So my front knee is not bending really far. And then straighten gently, bend and straighten. Good. One more time. Bend and straighten. Lengthen the torso over that leg. Feel free to lower the blocks. Feel free to put one block behind the shin as you draw deeper in pyramid pose. Torso is long. See, with this block behind here, I don't worry about this back knee hyperextending. It's got a place to land, if that makes sense to you. Grab your block, bend your front knee, push off your back leg, shake it out, bend the knees, inhale up, exhale to your heart, inhale up, exhale, forward fold, second side, right leg steps back. Drop that back heel if you can. Straighten the front leg. Start to level out the hips. You can take one block behind the shin if you want. If that is seriously not working for you, and I know some people have trouble getting that block to stick, take your hand to your shin and push your shin into your hand. It's going to do kind of the same thing. It's going to keep that knee from locking out. Good. And breathe. Feel free to go lower. Bend the front knee. Whew. Push off, step forward, shake it out. Grab one block, come all the way up. Exhale your hands, take that block between the legs. Give it a squeeze. Oh, that always just feels good. I don't know why. It just does. All right. So now we're going to do pyramid pose one more time, but I want you to imagine squeezing the block this time, right? So that integrity with the center line of our pose, because we can't really put a block there if we're doing this, right? It just won't, it won't stay. I've tried. It won't stay. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, soften, step back, right leg, level out the hips. Your hands can stay on your blocks. As I lengthen the torso, I'm just going to see what happens if I imagine drawing the very high upper groin, upper thighs toward each other. Look at your front knee. It should be tracking over the center of your toes. Look at the back leg. What's happening there, right? Can we press into the back leg? Maybe bend the elbows. And then take your, if your left foot's forward, take your left hand to your left shin and really grab that shin, like hang on to it for dear life. Press the shin into your hand and then, of course, resist with the hand and notice. Right? So I've got all kinds of good purchase. My left arm is straight. I'm pressing into that shin. Bend your front knee, step forward. Just step back with your left leg going right to the other side. Here we are. The hips are level. I'm going to imagine squeezing the upper inner thighs just a little bit without my knee rolling. Right hand goes to right shin. I'm going to press into that shin. I'm going to press the shin into the hand and lengthen my torso. Release, bend the knee, step forward, bend both knees, and inhale all the way up. Exhale and release. Shake that out. So, right, you're going, what's that got to do with triangle pose? Let's go there. So, stepwise. Remember when we were laying down and we had that strap around the feet? I want you to press out into that imaginary strap. Your back foot, if I'm mirroring, it would be your left, is either straight parallel or slightly turned in. Either one is fine. I want you to take your front foot and point it straight ahead, but then bend the front knee. What do we got here, everybody? Right? Warrior two stance. Where are the ribs? What's happening? Where can we go? Now, when I look at this pose, this back hip is rolling forward, and that is a good thing. That's what we want. So press into your back leg. Turn toward your front leg a little bit, and then straighten the leg, right? So normally in triangle, we're here, we straighten the leg, and we hinge. So this time, I want you to imagine that you're actually going to face forward a little bit and then start to come into a forward fold, straighten the legs. Your hands can come to your blocks. So this is some weird version of kind of half pyramid, half triangle. We don't know what the heck we got going on here. Take one block, bend the front knee. If you can, plant the block behind the shin. If you can't, just don't worry about it, honestly, because sometimes that can be a real booger for folks. So here we are. I've got my front leg, front hip rolling deeply back. This back leg, the hip is rolled forward. What I do from here is then start to open up the chest. Start to open up the chest. Now, the hand on the block, press into the block and allow it to lengthen the torso away from the floor. If the block is not working, hand to shin, you're pushing into the shin is resisting, just like we did a little bit ago. If it is still too low, your hand comes to your thigh, way above the knee, okay? And I love the shin version. I'll do that a lot instead of a block. But if you're using your block, push into it and start to feel everything open. Now, these top ribs, remember this kind of thing? We want to draw the ribs in, push into the back leg. Say hello to triangle pose and take the arm up and breathe. Now, what's happening with those legs? Push into your back leg, everybody. Look at your front knee, your front foot. It's all lined up. We're not hyperextending the knee. We're nice and lifted. And breathe. Take your hand to your hip. Turn back toward your front leg. Bend that knee. Hand to knee. Come on up. Just a little warrior pose, just to have a little stretch. And then straighten the front leg. Turn all your toes forward. Press against the imaginary strap. And take those arms toward the floor. Oh, big deep breath. Good. Come on up, everybody. Walk the feet in if you need to, just to have good purchase. Hands to thighs. And come on up to standing. And then step the legs together and shake it out. So I know I went through that pretty quickly. I don't know if that made sense or even felt any different to you, but hopefully it did. We're going to go to the other side. You've got your blocks at the front of your mat. This time the right foot is forward. Actually, we can step wide. This is often the way both warrior and triangle are taught in a yoga class. The outside pinkies of those feet press into the mat. Your back leg, which would be if I'm mirroring your right, straight across or slightly turned in. Your front foot turns to the front edge of your mat, and I want you to bend the front knee. So when you bend your front knee in warrior two stance, you get a stance that feels good to you. So often you do. So don't go too wide, don't go too short. Just find your happy place here. Look at the front knee. Make sure it's tracking over the center line of the foot. This front hip is rolled back, but this back leg, whoo, it's strong. I am pressing that pinky side down, not hyperextending the back knee, and the torso is nice and lifted. Warrior two. Easy, easy. Breathe. Take your front hand to your front hip and just start to turn the hips toward the front wall or to the front foot. Straighten the front leg and start to hinge from that front hip crease. Your hands go to your block. So now we've got this really weird pose going on where the front leg is straight, the back leg is sideways. Like, what the heck? Optional. Take a block, place it underneath, you've got to bend the knee, and then press that calf into your block. Your other block is to the outside ankle. So now I feel like I've got purchase, like front leg's active, back leg is active. The hips are where they should be. And then I'm going to go, okay, where's my torso going to go from here? Can I open up? Can I lengthen the tailbone? I know one of you watching kind of will get some yicky in the lower back in triangle. So what do we need to do? Do we need to lift the sit bones or do we need to lengthen the tailbone? Where is it in your body? As we open up, we can take the arm up. We soften the top ribs down a little bit. We find the pose. Breathe. Bend the front knee. Take your hand to your knee. Come on up. Straighten the legs. Heel toe in, everybody, or just step it in and shake that out. Both of your blocks just anywhere to the front of your mat and come into a narrow stance, forward fold. Breathe. You've got it. Good. Bend the knees and come on up. Set your blocks aside for now. We're coming right back into triangle pose. Right back in there. So let's do, again, I'll mirror here, right foot forward, left foot back. You're in this stance. And I want you to think about this again, right? So soften the front knee, turn your hips toward the front leg. So what happens normally? Go ahead and straighten both legs. Here's what happens, and I've seen it before, and the video I mentioned at the beginning really talked about it. So both legs are straight, and in triangle, we think our hips should be to the side. So then we start to bend, and we can get really just caught in this area because my body doesn't want this front hip to roll forward while the leg is there. As soon as I do, I can see my knee just roll into the middle. So really, we want, much like warrior, front foot, front knee, front hip bone, then the leg straighten. And then the torso gets long, not hyperextending the front leg, but that back leg's working, right? So start to come down, no blocks this time. I want you to take your hand to your shin, grab onto it, straighten that arm, externally rotate the shoulder, and lengthen your torso. I am pushing my shin into my hand into my shin. I've got a little bit of a death grip on that shin. Breathe. Take the other arm up. Triangle pose. Press into the back leg. If you want, take that arm overhead. I don't love that version, but it's because you work harder. That's probably why. But it's there for you. Breathe. Now, if you want, just bend that knee and start to look at your front toes. Yep, this is a whole bunch of work here. You can allow that hand to drop. We're stretching that side body. Please don't overdo it. And then pull up, pull up, pull up. Straighten, bend your front leg. Slide that hand up. Come on up. Turn all your toes and point them forward. Press out. Squeeze in. Press out. And squeeze in and shake that out. So that right foot of yours or the back foot squares or slightly turns in. The front foot straightens to the short edge of your mat. We bend the knee and find the pose. Back glute, back hip, back legs working, right? So once again, remember, if I try to square the hips, already I feel stuck. I feel this, right? Not doing that. I want the knee alignment. I want the foot, knee, hip alignment. Then straighten the leg. Don't pop the knee back. Start to lengthen the torso. Notice I'm not dropping here. I'm lengthening. I'm going to slide that hand down my shin. I'm going to stop where it feels good. Hold on to the shin. Straighten the arm. Externally rotate that arm. Get really long, everybody. And take the top arm up. Press into your back foot. Breathe. Feel free to take that arm over your ear. Look at your front foot if you want. Just kind of drop that arm down. Breathe. And then start to open it up. Find your breath. Bend the front knee. Take your hand to your knee. Come on up. Turn your toes. And just heel toe in. Shake it out. Grab your block. Give it a good squeeze. Whew. Walk the feet in. Feel the inner thighs work. Feel everything come back into kind of alignment, right? Where are your hip points? Follow it down the thigh to the middle of your knee. Follow it down to the center line of your foot. Use your breath. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, press those hips back, both hands to both shins. My knees are straight, but they're not locked. I'm pressing my shins into my hands back into my shins, lengthening the torso, squeezing my block. And breathe. Now, some of you are going to stay right here, halfway down. The others are going to take those hands to the floor, forward fold, big energy in the legs. Bend the knees, everybody. Take both hands to both knees and come on up and take that block out. I'm hoping that like really, really made sense to you, the triangle pose part of it. So let's find out. You can take the blocks to the front of your mat and stand at the front. Think about what we just did, block between the legs energized, right? Sit bones lifting, but the tailbone dropping, torso really tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hands come to your blocks. Soften the knees and step back to a lunge. Find your breath here. Good. Straighten the front leg, drop the back heel. Variation, pyramid pose, lengthen the torso. Bend your front leg, turn your back foot to the side position. Warrior two, the front hip rolls back so that your knee lines up with your foot. Your hand comes to your front knee. We reach up. Warrior two, strong pose, arms fired up. Breathe, straighten the front leg. Yep. When you're ready, watch this front hip. Don't try to open it. Keep it curling. Reach forward. Hand goes where it will. Shin below the knee or above the knee or to your block. Your block can be high, medium, low. Breathe. Triangle pose. Arm overhead. Whew. Nice job, everybody. Take that arm up. Now, squeeze your core. Lift that hand off your block. Come all the way up. Bend that knee. Turn back toward the front of your mat. Turn your back foot so you're back in a lunge. Push off and step forward. Shake it out. Bend the knees. Come on up. Inhale, second side, and we're done. Exhale, take it down. The knees are soft. Step back, left leg. Make sure your feet are hips width apart, right? You're in a beautiful lunge here. Think about the torso getting long. Turn your, drop your back heel as the front knee straightens. Pyramid pose. This is a long version of pyramid. The shoulders draw back, the torso gets long. Notice where you're tight. Push into the back foot. Deep breath. Bend your front knee. Turn your back foot to the side position. Hand to knee. Push up. Come on up. Warrior two. Check the front knee. Make sure it is not rolling into the middle. Straighten the front leg. Reach that arm forward. Drop it down either to the shin. Remember, push shin to hand, hand to shin, or to your block. And open up the chest to your level. That bottom arm is straight. Watch the front knee. Big deep breath. Maybe the arm goes overhead. Bend your front knee. Take your chest back toward the front. Straighten your back foot. step forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Release. Shake it all out, everybody. All right, we are coming to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. You probably don't need your blocks, so you can set those aside. Step back to downward facing dog. Keep the back of the knees soft. Feel the power in your arms, your shoulders, your back. And then very slowly lower those knees to the floor. As you release, come to a seat. Yay, triangle pose. All right, I want you to come on down to your elbows. I actually have one block. We'll play with that block in a minute. Come on down to your elbows. Hopefully this feels okay to you. Take the knees up. Excuse me, your knees are 90 degrees and I'm not drawing them into the chest. I'm keeping them lined up with those thighs. Breathe. All right, press one leg out, hold. Bend and straighten the other. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, core, and straighten. Good, bend, straighten, hold, tap, tap, tap. You got this. Don't let the knees come too close. Heel taps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen up. Press into your hands. Reach the arms out. Boat pose. Feel free to straighten the legs if that is in your wheelhouse. Lower one foot, lower the other foot, and allow yourself to round over those legs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Come on down to your backs. And once you're on your back, draw the knees toward your chest and roll to one side and let your arm make a pillow. Bend the knees to 90. Find your breath. Good. Top leg lifts. You're going to reach it back behind. Now, right? So this is interesting, trying to stretch these quads, especially when you got a little knee injury. So I want to draw the knee back, but I want to tuck the hips in so that the glute immediately fires up. So the glute is a hip extensor. It draws the front of the hip back. So as we engage that glute, this front leg gets a little better chance of going back. So one, you're just going to hold here, or you're welcome to grab the foot. You don't have to bring your foot to your glute, but as you draw the foot back, tuck through the pelvis. Breathe. Imagine that knee getting closer to the front end of your mat or the other end of your mat, right? So everything in the front leg gets long. Good. Find your breath, everybody. If you don't want to hold your foot, you can reach the arm overhead, or you can just put that hand on the floor to keep you from rolling forward. Breathe. Maybe it goes back a little more. And release. Take that same top leg, straighten it out in front of you. Straighten the bottom leg and breathe. 1, you're here. That's plenty. 2, that top leg's going to slide out as you roll to your belly and stretch both legs. Everyone. you to bend that outstretched leg. Roll back onto your side. Let that hip come back in and come onto your back. I'm going to flip over so that I have room. And come onto your other side. So the knees are bent. Remember, excuse me, to stack the hips. You're going to lift that top leg just enough so it is level with the hip, right? Level with the pelvis. And then start to bring it back. Right away, if I keep going, I'm just going to crank up on the low back. So I'm going to tuck that pelvis and reach the leg back. Breathe. So this is the knee that I have been babying, so I'm not going to grab the foot. I might bring the foot a little closer, but I'm not going to overly compress that knee. But I'm going to still keep tucking, tuck, tuck, tuck that pelvis in to give that thigh as much chance as I can of lengthening and stretching. So draw the knee toward that short edge of your mat. Tuck through the pelvis. Draw the foot back. Grab the foot if you would like. Find your breath. I'm getting actually a really nice deep belly stretch, which means I'm tapping into psoas a little bit, I think. Woo, it does feel good. All right, bring that knee forward, everybody. If you can, straighten it out in front of you. Let it come to the floor and straighten the bottom leg. One, you're here. This is fine. Or you're going to turn onto your belly and drop down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bend the extended knee, listen up. You're not going to come back to your side. You're going to allow that leg to come back behind you. And then optional, I want you to come into Sphinx pose. So back bending is just always so important. I don't think we do enough back bending. But so we know, right? We draw down to the bottom edge of the pubic bone, draw the belly in. Lengthen the chest. If your back does not want to do a back bend, come more forward or just come on down to your belly. Okay. No, don't hurt your low back. Find your breath. And then lower down. Let your hands make a pillow for your head. Plant your pelvis. Plant your pubic bone. Bend both knees. Lengthen your thighs. Press down through the hips again. And just breathe. So once again, we're here, right? How do we stretch quads without irritating a knee? So I'm going to push down and I'm just going to try to lift those knees away from the floor. Breathe. And then release that. One, you're here, stay here. Two, you can grab those feet if you would like. Or three, come back to Sphinx. And breathe. So now I feel belly stretch, upper quad stretch. Yep. Keep working with that tuck of the pelvis. It's like I am trying to push my thighs to the mat. Keeping that down, keeping the butt down. Finding your breath. If this is too much, you just don't do it, okay? Especially with the low back. Good. Lower the upper, lower the legs. Just come all the way down. Squeeze the glutes, everybody. Just lift one leg. Lower. Lift the other leg. Lower. Roll over to one side, bend the knees, and then come all the way up onto your back. Come all the way up to your back. Ooh, good job, everybody. Take the heels of your palms of your hands, the heels of your hands, right to the creases of your thighs and push those thighs away from you. Little bit of traction, finding your breath, pressing in, deep breath. Release that, lift your hips, take them over to the left edge, draw the knees in. If you have your block, you can either put the block under the knees or between the knees or not at all. Open up the chest. Find your breath. Good. One more nice, easy breath here. Really enjoy this sweet and soft twist. And then lift one knee, lift the other, come back to center. Your hips come back to center, and then they lift and go to the right. The knees head toward chest, they lower to the left. Maybe use your block, maybe not. Chest opens, your arms can be in T position or cactus, even down to your side. Feel your breath soften. One more deep breath. And the top knee comes up, bottom knee follows, the hips come back to the center. Maybe your blocks go underneath your thighs. It's been one of my favorites lately. Draw your knees to your chest and then let those legs straighten over the blocks or whatever way feels good. Arms out to the sides, legs are soft and floppy. Back of the neck is long. And we find Shavasana. We find ourselves at home on our mat, in our body, with our community of yogis. Relax your jaw. Soften your belly. Soften even more. Those of you ready, maybe feel your toes start to wiggle. Maybe you just take the toes towards each other and then out, just kind of internal, external rotation of your thighs. Move the blocks out if they're still there. And then bend the knees. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll the knees over to one side. Curl over. And then as you're ready, come on up, everyone. Lots of sighing today from me. Let's inhale, take the arms up. Exhale it to your heart. Bow to your own inner wisdom. Bow to that voice that guides you every day. And then bow to the gift of who you are. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.